Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python course. In the previous class, we learned about variables, data types, operators, and user inputs. Now imagine you want your program to make decisions. For example, if your age is 18 or above, you can get vote. If your marks are above 90, you get O grade. How can Python make this decision? Hmm? The answer is conditions. In this lecture, we'll learn how Python makes decisions using if, else, elif, logic operators, and match cases. Let's get started. Okay. So here's an introduction that what will we gonna study today. So the conditions that will help our program for decisions. Like what are them? If, else, if, elif, else, nested if, and match case. So, first of all, what are conditions? So, a condition is a statement that checks whether checks whether something is true or false. If the condition is true, the Python execute one block of code. If it's false, Python skip the code or execute another one. For example, if it is raining, take an umbrella. Otherwise, don't. Programming follows the same logic. Now, what is if? So, if condition statement. The if statement is used to execute a block of code only when a condition is true. The syntax is if the condition, if it is true, then print this. This is how if works. Now else. Else is the block execute when the if condition become false. The syntax is if number is equals to 0 or number is smaller than greater than 0, then print positive. But as we can see, the number is -5, which is smaller than and not equal to 0. So the if statement get false, and then the else will execute and prints negative. This is how if and else works. Now we have if, elif, and else. Now we have seen if and else. Now elif. What is elif? Elif means else and if. It is used when we have multiple conditions, like if marks are greater than 90, prints grade A. If marks are greater than or equals to 75, print grade B. If marks are greater than or equals to 50, print grade C, and so on. And after that, else print fail. If all the condition get failed, then you have to print fail. So this is how our elif works, like if, then elif, then elif. We can use elif as many times as we have conditions, and if and else only one time. If at the starting and else at the last. In between we can use infinite number of elif. This is how elif works. Now we have seen if, elif, and else. Now we have nested elif. So firstly, what does nested means? Nested means when we use a condition in its own condition. Like if we use if, and in the if we use another if. Okay, so nested means writing something, one statement in another if statement. Okay, like here's an example, like we have age equals to 20, citizen is true if age is greater than or equals to 18, and if citizen, so print eligible. So we can see there are two conditions. Firstly, the age should be greater than or equal to 18, and the second condition is it must be citizen, then only we can print eligible to vote. Okay, so this is how our nested if works. Now comparison operators. So comparison operator compare two values, like we have equals to. This double equals to use equals to. We don't use that they are double 2 equals to, so this means another. No, this just means equals to. Now we have not equals to. We write like this, the exclamation mark and the equals to for output not equals to. Then we have greater than sign, we have smaller than sign, we have greater than or equal to, we have smaller than and equal to. I think you all know, we have studied these in mathematics also. They all have the same use as it. Now we have a problem here that a is 5, b is 10. So print a equals to 5. So what will be the output for this? The output for this will be false, because 5 is not equals to 10. For this, the output will be true, because 5 is not equal to true, and that is correct. Then we have less than, that a is less than b. So answer of this is also true, because 5 is smaller than 10. We can't deny that. Then we have a is greater than b, which is false statement, because obviously 5 is not bigger than 10, so it's false. Then we have a is greater than or equals to b. So we can see that 5 is not equals to 10, and 5 is not even bigger than 10. So here is also false. Now we can see that less than or equals to. We know that 5 is not equals to 10, but we also know that 5 is smaller than 10. So here's one condition is right, so here the answer will be true. So this is what comparison operators do, and there are these signs, you can remember them, so we can use it later. Okay, so now the logical operators. So logical operators are combine multiple conditions, like you can say AND operator, in which both conditions must be true. Then we have or operator, at least one condition must be true. And we have NOT operator, in which no condition should be true, like this. Okay, so here are logical operators, that if first you take age equals to 20 and salary is 30,000, then we apply our condition that if age is greater than 18 and salary is greater than or equal to 25, then only you can print loan approved. So here is AND. So AND means are both the condition must be true, then only we can pass this statement. Okay, now day equals to Sunday, as we may, and now we mention it. And if day equals to Sunday or day equals to Saturday. Okay, okay, I actually swept them. So day equals to Saturday, day equals to Sunday. So here is then print weekend. So here is OR operator. So what does OR operator mean? That either of one should be correct, otherwise we can print this statement. Okay, now here is also a logged in equals to false. So if not logged in, print please log in. So here is not condition. So not means that our condition is basically false. So if our condition is false, then print please log in. If person doesn't log in, we will just print please log in. So this is how our logical operator work. There are three: and, or, and not. So and are, both the statement should be correct. Or is either one of the statement should be correct, and not is when none of the statement should be correct or our statement is wrong. Okay, now ternary operator. So ternary operator is a shortcut for writing a simple if-else statement in one line. So I'll tell you. So this is the syntax of it, that value if that print we take the age as an input first, so age equals to 20, then print value the value of true, if then our condition, and then else, and then its statement. So if adult, if age is greater than or equals to 18, else minor. So it will print adult if the age is greater than or equals to 18. So here is our condition, else it will print minor. So this is how ternary operator works. It's basically a shortcut of if else. We can use not writing the line in one or two or three code. We just like use it in a single line. So this is how ternary operator works. Now we have our match case. So match case work like switch case in other programming language. It is used when we have fixed choices. Example, we have here that like day equals to 3. Now match case, as we know the third day of the week should be Wednesday obviously. So here is that case 1, that if day equals to 1, print Monday. If case 2, if day is equals to 2, what will you have to print? We'll print Tuesday. Same here, case 3, that if we have the day which is we have already have day equals to 3, so it will print Wednesday, otherwise it will just print invalid. Okay, so this is how our match case works. So this is the theory part which we have to study, so let's revise one more time so that this will be helpful for you. Okay, so let's start. So first we have our conditions, so conditional statement which are if, else and elif. So firstly we have if statement. So if statement is statement which execute when the condition is true, like if age or equals to 18 or greater than which is equals to, so it will print this. Then we have else. Else statement is used if our first statement is wrong, then it execute the else statement. Like if number is greater than or equals to 0 but number is -5, so this condition is false, so it will not run. Then we move to else and will print negative. Now we have our if, elif and else. So what is elif? Elif is a mixture of if and else condition. So it just start with if or not if is right, then we'll move to another condition which we start from elif. If that is not even correct, then we move to our next condition which we also done by elif, then we have else. As I told you, we can use elif as many times as we want, but if and else only single time. If at the start, else at the last. Okay, elif at the middle of them. Then we have nested if, like age equals to 20. So a nested if is what? Basically using conditional statement in another conditions. Like we have if statement, and in this if statement we have another if statement. Then only we can print like age should be greater than 18 and it is should be citizen. We can also use nested if in our like or and statement, in which both the statements should be correct. It is like this, that both your if conditions should be correct, then only you can print this. Okay, hope you understand this. Then we have our comparison operator that help us to compare our two operations, like if this is equals to, this is not equals to, this is our symbol of greater than, this is our symbol of smaller than, this is our symbol of greater than equals to, and this is smaller than equals to. Then we have our example of this, like a is 5 and b is 10, and there is our operation, and there is input r that I told you earlier. Okay, now our logical statement, like our logical operator. So there are three kind of logical operator. The number one is and, the another one is or, and the third one and the last one is not. For and, the both statement should be correct. For or, either of one statement should be correct, and for not, none of our statement should be correct. So here's the example, like if age is greater than 18 or equals to 18, salary should be greater than equals to 25,000, then only you can print, then only you can approve loan. If either of the statement is wrong, let's say the age is 15, then this will be not correct and our loan will not be approved. So this is how it works. Okay, then our another statement which is or statement, that either of the our statement should be correct, that either the day should be Saturday or either the day should be Sunday, then only you can print weekend. Okay, then the not only when our condition is false, like if we don't logged in, or we just basically we can say when you logged in is false, then only it will show you please log in. If it's true, then it won't show you that it is then this will be false and this won't be done. So if it is false, then only your not will be used. So this is how our logical operator works. Then we have our ternary operator. So this is what? This is just a shortcut of using if else condition in just a single line. So this is how we use print, then we use our condition, then we use our statement of if it's true, then we have condition, then we have else, and then the condition of then the statement of else. So this is how we use ternary operator in Python. Then we have match cases. So match cases, what are match cases? So match cases are switch case of match case work like a switch case. Okay, that we have a fixed value, then only we use match cases. Like we have days, like if day equals to 1, so print Monday. If day equals to 2, print Tuesday. If day equals to 3, print Wednesday, and so on. And if the case is nothing, then print invalid. So this is how our match case works. Okay, now as we seen all them, now we have some practice question as we always have. Okay, so number one, our problem is even or odd. We have to check either the number is even or we have the number is odd. So for that, first we have to get a number. So for number, we how we can get it? As I told you in previous class, we have to take input for that. And how we take the input of a number? We use int and then input. So there's what we use, that number equals to int, then input, then enter number, then we use our condition if. So how we define that if a number is even or a number is odd? So if a number is divisible by 2, then it is even. As you can see that number are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, they all are divisible by 2, and then they have remainder 0. So this is what we think here. We use our condition here, that if number is divisible by 2 and give us a 0 as a remainder, then print even, otherwise print it's odd. Okay, so this is how our first program works, and it is simple. I guess you all get it. Now our second is largest of the three numbers. So for that we have to again get an let me wait. Yep. So again now we have to take input int input, then we have enter a number, enter first number, then b equals to int input, enter our second number, then we have c equals to int input, enter your third number, wait, let me enter your wait. Yeah. Okay, so we have to choose the largest number. So now we have to think about that. If the number of the largest number, it should be greater than both of the number. So we will use our logical operator here, and we will use if a is greater than b, and because we want that a should be greater than b and it should be greater than c also, then only we can say that it is the largest number among all the three. Okay, so we will use this statement that if a is greater than b and a is greater than c also, print is the largest number. Okay, now for elif statement, because b can also be correct. Okay, so for elif, b is greater than a. Now same condition here, that b must be greater than a and b must be greater than c, then only it can be largest. So b is greater than a and b must be greater than c, then print is the largest number. Else, why don't I use elif here? Because already a and b are largest, and if they both fail, then only means the c is the largest number. So we'll just say print c is the largest number. So wait, let me just comment it all out. I have to find the statement. Here's a practice question. It's even and odd. Yeah, there it is. Now let's run it. So let's give a number. Let's say 10, and second is 12, and the third is 6. So 12 is the largest number, you can see that. How? It just check that 12 is greater than 10 and 12 is greater than 6 also, so 12 is greatest number. Now let's change the value. Wait, let me run it again. Yeah, now let's give a number 12, 13 and 15. Now our else condition will be true. 15 is the largest number. How? Because 15 is greater than 30. Because it runs like this. It firstly check 12 is greater than 13. No. 12 is greater than 15. No. So it is not largest. So our if condition falls. Then it moves to elif, where he checks B. So it checks, is 13 greater than 12? Yes. Is 13 greater than 15? No. So our only one condition gets true, which is our or. But we wrote here and, that both the condition should be true. Then only you can print this. So that's why it get false. Then it move to else, as both of the condition are get false. So it just print the value else. So 15 is the largest number as it run. Okay. This is the way how it get run. Okay. Now let's move to third question. Where's the third question? Yeah, there it is. Okay, third is grade calculator. Okay, so you can use here match case also, but we will use it by if else condition. So wait, let me comment this out, otherwise it will make us problem. Okay, first we have to input for the marks. So marks equals to int input, enter your marks. Okay, now as I got your marks, I'll add some statements like if your number is above 90, which is very good, so your grade will be A. If marks are greater than or equal to, marks are greater than or equals to 90, print you got A grade. Okay, and if marks are greater than 80 or equal, or I have a question here for you guys. Just tell me, if I just add this much and then we wait, let me print you got B grade. Yeah, just tell me what will be the output for my marks if I got marks something like 82. Will this work or will this work? Obviously this will work because we add this. But if I got marks 93, what do you think, which one will work? Because in this statement then it will also be true and it will also be true, because obviously 93 is greater than 80 and 93 is greater than 92. Then what do you think, which one would work? Let's find out. Wait, let me using else print invalid. Let's see. Let's give him my marks like 87 first. So you got B grade, as we all know, but for 93 you got A grade. So what do you think, why this happened? Because 93 is obviously greater than 80 also. Then what do you think, what will get? Now let me show you something. If I swap them also, like wait, B grade, and here I write A grade, look, now if I run and I give him 93, what will it have to show? It have to show you this, that you got A grade, but now it will show you got B grade. So what will happen here? Basically it happens that first it checks the if code. If it is true, it will just break our statements and then print if it is true. It won't move to that code. Okay, but in first case when we apply the a is greater than 93, so here is printed that you got a grade, so that is what he print firstly. But then I change it and then he checks that, oh, 93 is obviously greater than 80, so he just print this and ignore this one. Okay, so then you have to wrote here and condition also, and mark should be less than or equals to 89. Now if you print this 93, you will get A grade. Okay, I hope you understand this. elif marks is greater than or equals to, let's get one more like 75. Print. If you wrote in a serial wise, you don't need AND condition because then it checks one by one. But if you wrote conditions not like this, like we have apply here, then marks are greater than 80 at the first line, then we have to use this. Okay, you got, let's give him you got C grade, 2 less for 75 actually. elif else, just fail him. Now failed. Okay, so now let's take marks. We got 70, failed. Okay, let's take 75, C grade. Oh wait, I think, oh no, okay, 78, C grade. Okay, I hope you get that. So look, here we use it as serial wise, so it won't affect. But if I swap these two lines like this and this here, then it will be problematic for us. Let me show you how. Let me get it here and move it there. Yep, I have to use if and elif here. Yeah, let's comment this so that it won't affect our code. Yeah, so now look here, what will be the output for this? Okay, basically here is not one parenthesis, that why the syntax is that true or false values. So okay, so under the marks, these are updated type. Now the variables. So variables are basically the operate. All variables are where we store our input or the things we will take from the user. It's basically a name used to store data in memory. Okay. It allows to save values. Look at that. Like we have here name, which help us to store abhi in it. Now our okay problem. And the age, which is a int data type that will help us to store a numeric value. Then we have a height, which is a, we can see from here that it's a float value. So height is a float variable that help us to store float. And at last we have is student that help us to store true, which is a Boolean value. Okay, so that how the data type. Now input and output. So for taking input from the user, it's just easy. Like we have to assign it in a variable. First we have to use input function for taking an input. Then if it just take an input, then we have to assign this input in some variable, which would be anything. Like you can take A or B or C or like A, B, C, anything. Also, and every fourth year is also There are some
There are three conditions to get a leap year,
rules of
and
naming
that's
the
why we
variable
have
also.
to
We
check
can
all the
just
three conditions.
put
Then only
anything
we can say
like
that our year is the
the
leap
variable
year.
name can
So now let's
contain
start.
letter,
So
number
first
and
we get
underscore
the year
only.
as an
But
input.
here is a one trick that there is only underscore. No at the rate or hash or any dollar sign won't be accepted. Only the underscore.
Okay.
Like A B
Now
C
we will add
underscore.
our
This is a
condition like
valid.
if
But if we take
our
A B
year
C and then at the rate or
is
hash, this isn't a part of
divisible by
variable.
400
Okay,
gives us
the
remainder 0,
variable name cannot be started with
or
number like
because
a
if we
being
use
3
and
is a
we will check
variable, but
all
3ab
and then only
isn't
we
a
can
variable
get,
because
but
as I say
don't do
it
that.
shouldn't
We
be
will check
start
like
from
this then,
the
or
number.
either it
Third,
must be
variable
divisible
name
by
are case sensitive.
400
As we all know, the
or
Python is
it
a case
must be
sensitive language.
divisible
So
by 4
here
and
A,
100,
B, C,
then only it can
let's
be
take
a
an input in
leap
A,
year.
B, C. It's
Now
different, and
you
A,
may
B, C
say
equals
that
to input.
both the conditions must
It's
be
a
same.
different.
Yeah,
So if you
both the
think that they
conditions
both
are
are
same.
having the
That's why
same
we
value,
use
but
or,
no,
because you can
they
use
both
the year
means
must be
the
divisible by
different. They
400
both have
or
a
year
different
can be
value. They
divisible by
both
4
take a
and a
different
half.
input.
Both logic are the same, and that's why we use or
Now
operator.
we do not use Python
Year
keywords as variable also. Like
divisible
as
by
we
4
know,
will
like
give
we
us
have
the remainder 0, and
str as a
year
string. It's
divisible by
basically a
100
type, data type. So we
will
can
give us 0.
store in this. It's
Then
just like that.
print
We cannot use bool, or we cannot use
year
if
is
or
our
else,
leap
because these are the
year.
keywords which we use in
So let's
Python.
run this.
So there
So
are
let's
some
take
rules
is
that I told you
2026 a leap
to
year.
having
What is
name
it?
in name of the
So to grade B.
variables.
Sorry for that.
So now
Yeah.
the input. Now so here we can see name
Let's check.
equals to input.
The year
Enter your
26 is
name.
the leap year.
So that
Then
means and print welcome
this
name. So let me show you what will be the output of this. So output of this will be like
we
this.
have to
Enter your name.
else
It will appear like
print.
this. Then you have to type your input here, and then it will show welcome
It's not
comma
year.
as you enter.
Okay.
So this will be the output of
Now
this.
is
Okay.
2026 a leap year? So it's
Same
not a
here,
leap year.
the
We
int
know.
input enter your age, so it
Is
will show
2024
enter your
the
age
leap
and
year?
then your input, and after you add
Also
input
not a
it will
leap year.
print you
Okay.
the after 5 year your age will be
Was
age
the
plus
leap
5.
year?
This is the
Is
part of
2000 was the
concatenation
leap
we
year?
will do. I will tell you
Yeah, that
later.
was the leap
But
year.
basically here what is done,
Okay.
that age
So
will be age
I
plus
guess
5. That
24
what will be your
should
age
also
is
be
a
leap year,
obviously a integer
because
value.
it
Will
was
add 5 in it, and then it
2024.
will show you this.
It's not a leap
So
year.
this is what
Then
input
what's
and
the
output. So basically we take input from input,
Let me check.
very input
Hey Siri.
keyword, and we
Hey
have
Siri.
output from output variable.
Open with that.
If we have to take input from different
Is
data type like
2024
integer,
the
we
leap
use
year?
int before it. If we have to use float,
Leap year
then we
started
will
on
take
Monday, the 1st of
let's
January
say
2020.
height. Height
Yeah,
equals
that
to.
was a
So
leap
we will use float data type.
2024
So
divided
float
by
input.
4, yeah, obviously was it
Yes.
divided by
So it will take a float value. For bool, we have to take let's say is student, as we used before, is student.
Oh
So
wait.
bool, then
Yeah,
input,
now
and
our
then
logic should be
parenthesis. So
correct.
this is for
It must be
bool.
divisible multiplied
So
by
this is
4,
input and
yeah,
output.
not equal multiplied by this.
Now here's
Now
arithmetic
this is
operators.
2024.
So let's
Yeah,
go
it
with
is a
arithmetic
leap year.
operator. First I'll
Let's
tell you what
take
are
what
arithmetic
will be the
operator. So
another leap
arithmetic
year?
operator
Obviously,
we
after
are the
2024, so
basic operator we used in maths, like addition,
so the
subtraction,
leap year
multiplication, division.
so
This
this
is
is
a
the
power
output
like
box.
a raised to the power b. This is percentage, and this is
Now
flow
let's
division.
comment this out and move to the next question,
So
which
I'll
will
tell you
be
about them
question
all.
5. The login system.
Just a second.
Let's move down. Yeah. So for login, you must have two things: username and password.
Comparison.
We use login in
Yeah.
our Instagram, in our Facebook, in our
So,
WhatsApp, in everything basically.
Arithmetic
So there must be two
operations
things. You have to
are
remember
basically
your
used to
username
perform
and your
mathematical
password.
calculations.
So let's get it
So
from
let me,
user.
as we know, this
So
is obviously
username,
normal plus,
it
normal
will be
minus,
input.
multiply, divide. So these are normal. So I don't think so I have to explain them, but
Username.
for these, this is normal percentage sign like a
And
percent
our
b,
password. Pass.
okay,
Let's say pass. Oh, pass is a
or
keyword.
a
As I told
modulus
you
b.
earlier, you can
This is like
assign a
this. Okay,
variable as the keyword because
this is
it's
flow division and this is
it's the
exponent. Basically,
rule
let
of
me tell you from
return
here.
a
Exponent means
writing
a
a
to the power
variable.
b.
So
Like
we have to
we
use
as we
full
write.
password.
Let me show
So
you.
input
5 raised to the power.
password.
Where is
Okay.
raised to the power 2, which is equals to,
Now
as
our
we know,
condition.
25.
If
So basically power
let's
is like this.
suppose
So
that we
if
have
a
a
is equal to
company
5
and
and b
here
equals to 2,
we have
then the value will
thousands
be
of computers.
25.
So I
Now
can't
as we have
remember the
a equals to 10 and b
all
equals
of
to
the
3. So
username and the password for
what
the
will be the answer
thousands
of
of
this?
computers. So I just
So it
choose
will
to get
show
a
you
simple.
10 raised to the
I
power
make a single
3,
username and the
which is
single
equals
password
to
for all my computer.
this
I know that's
1000.
a very bad thing
So this
because
is the power. Okay.
because of
Now
that trick we
modulus.
can hack our whole system.
So
But let's
modulus
suppose
will
for
be
this, let's
modulus.
say okay,
For modulus,
we divide it
10
into 500, 500. We have
modulus
1000 computer. We
3.
divide into 500 and 500.
So
Like in
basically
500
modulus give us
we
the
have another
remainder.
username and
It's not
password.
percentage.
In
It's
500
give
we
us
have
the
another
remainder.
username and password.
Like
So that
what will
if
be
our
the
one
remainder if we
of the
divide 10
password and
from the
username
3?
get
It's
leaked,
1.
it can only
So output will
hack
be
only 500
1.
or 500 will be safe.
Okay, now you
Okay,
are
so let's
seeing
take.
me like I am
So
using that
if
hash.
our
I'll tell you the
username
later what is this hash sign
is
mean.
equals to
So
1 2 3 4 5
this modulus
and
give us
because username and password should be matched,
the
okay,
remainder.
then only we will
Okay,
give him an access.
now
So
the flow division.
password
So basically flow division gives
equals
us
to let's the password be
10
Ajay
divided by 3 मतलब
at the
basically
rate and hash.
flow
Okay,
division give us the number of time,
so
like
let's
we
give
have
him
to
an
use
access.
how, like कितने बड़े नंबर से हम डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, बेसिकली ये देता है हमें.
As
तो
I
हम
told you,
10 को
hash is
कितने
a
3 को
keyword
कितनी
which is
उससे डिवाइड
used
कर
for
सकते हैं 3
comments.
टाइम.
We don't
3
use
3
it
तो
here.
9, उसके
So
बाद
we
वो
have
एक
to add
रिमाइंडर दे देगा.
hash.
तो बेसिकली फ्लो डिवीजन
We can't
का
use add
आंसर आएगा
hash.
हमारा 3.
We will use
तो
at
मैं
the
यहाँ से
rate
आंसर लिख
1 2
देता हूँ
3.
विच विल
This is
बी
the password.
हेल्पफुल फॉर यू.
So print
1000 एंड ये तो नॉर्मल है
login
हमारे, अगर आप देखेंगे तो. सो 13, दिस विल बी 7,
successfully.
this will be
Okay.
30,
And
and
if
this
now for
will
our
be
another 500
3.
computer that we choose. So if
Yeah.
username is
Basically 3, and so on,
6 7
because
8
it's a
9
float number. So
and
now let me tell you what is this hash sign.
password for
I have
10
hit start, but I am sorry
is,
for
let's
that.
take
This hash sign is used for
SH
our comment. So basically what is
1 2
comment?
3 4.
So comment is basically when we want to
Print
add something in our code that is
that
just show for
login
the
success
shown for our what, for me, like of someone who is seeing my code
login
only,
success
not the output. Okay,
one.
so I can write here that this
So that we can differentiate.
is my first class.
Now
So okay, so this is shown
Now,
by
if
the
both of them
in the
are
code
wrong,
only,
else
not in output. Okay, now
invalid.
there are
Okay.
this is single line comment.
So
Like
now
if
let's
I
go.
write something here like a equals
Syntax
to a
error.
b c, so this is
Okay.
not a comment now.
We just
Okay,
use
or I write
here.
something this is, so it will, as you can see, there is a line because
Username.
it's a
So
syntax
what was
error
our first
basically.
username? 1 2 3 1 2
So
3
there are multi-line
5.
comment also
And
which
the
we use
password
by
was
this. So
Ajay
if we use
1
this is my class, and here I'll
what was
teach
that?
you.
If the password is 1 2 3, then we have to
Teach
say this
you.
now.
And even if I
Why
use
is this
write something here
happening?
like I will teach you more, and then I write this,
Oh wait.
so this whole will be
If
comment
the
out.
username is equals to,
Okay,
sorry for that.
and this won't be shown. Oh wait,
I
we
will have to use it like this 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah.
now this whole is comment
Oh.
out because multi-line comments are shown by triple double
Yeah,
quotations.
now
Okay,
it will work
I hope this helps
because
you.
it was a string. So
Now,
we have to tell him
typecasting.
that it is a string and it must match.
So
like
basically
a string.
typecasting is
that was the
changing
problem.
one data type into another data
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now if
so
I
we know that there are footer
type
types
password is
int, str,
so
bool,
we
and
got the
our float.
we got
So
access
here we
now.
take
First try.
num25, which is
Now
obviously
for another one
a
we will use
string. okay,
Six,
because
seven,
this is
and
in
eight,
double
nine,
quotations.
yeah,
If it is
7,
input
9.
and I mean
Password
if it is
is
integer, then
SH, 1,
it
2,
should
3,
not be in
4,
double quotation,
yeah.
but it is, so
And we
that's why
get
it's in
at
string.
another
Num
5
equals to int
automated
num. Basically now we
computers.
change that number
Then
into
suppose we get
int,
something like
basically
ID
an
this
integer.
and HJSH
Basically
1, 2,
here
3,
it is
4.
in
So it's
string,
invalid and
it's
we
a
don't get access of any of the
string.
computer. So this is how it
And
is.
now we
And
change it into integer.
let's
Okay,
this out.
and then we
And
print,
the
so
question.
the output
So
will be
here
30.
are homework questions. So
Because,
first we
but
have
if
to
we
find
don't
a
use
number
this,
is positive,
if we
negative, or
don't
zero.
use
Let's do
this
also.
line, it will
So
show us
firstly
an
you can do this by yourself.
because num is
You can pause the
our
video
integer,
and try
then
if you
it
can
will
do this.
can't add
Just give it
anything
a
in a
try.
string. How can you add anything in a string? Like if we have
You
a
can do
string
this
called
by
boy,
yourself.
so can you add boy
Give it a
plus
try.
5? Is there any meaning of boy plus 5?
So
No.
then
So that's why there
try.
will be any
Now let's-
error too. But as
So
we
let's say
change
the
it
number
into
as an input
integer
first.
and
Okay.
then we
For
add,
that,
so it
number
will.
equals to
Same here, the
number
price
should
is
be number, so we
99,
get
but
input.
we add print float price, which will print here. Let me tell you.
your number.
So it will be 99. There is no decimal
Now our
value,
condition,
so
that
that
how
how
will we check the
zero,
number
zero.
is
Oh,
positive,
this is
negative, or
because there is nothing.
0.
But if we don't use this
If
and we will use
our number
print
is greater
price,
than or
so
equals
it will show us just 99.
if a number is greater than
So this is
0,
what
then
typecasting is.
it should be positive.
Okay. Now practice program 1. So all the things we have studied till now are our first program, which is print hello world. Then the variables, there are variables in which we store our data.
smaller than 0,
There are some rules of variable that I told
Then
you. There are
it
data
will be
types also.
negative number, so
There are
then
4
print
kind of data types.
print.
Which are these? Number 1 is
Number
string,
is
number 2
negative.
is integer, number 3 is our float, and number 4 is our tool.
Now our else
Then
condition.
we take input and output. Input we
Print.
take from input,
Now the number is
input
negative
keyword,
and
and
positive, then
output
we
from
give a
our
condition
print
here
keyword.
that the number is 0. So
Then
number
we
is
have our arithmetic operations,
0.
basically which are
Now
plus,
let's check it.
minus, multiply, divide, modulus, floor division, modulus,
Let's get a
and
number
power.
first is 0. So number is 0.
Sorry for that. Then
Now
we
let's say number
see
is
here comments,
Number is positive.
that how we comment in Python and what is
Minus
the mean
eight.
of comment.
It will be
Then we use typecasting
This is how our
and
code
see
works.
what does the typecasting means, like changing one data type to another,
now you can
which
see
help us like this. So let's start with the first practice program. So our first practice program is
now we have a smallest
take
of all three
a
number.
name from input and then age
let's
and
go
then
there.
print them. So for that,
So
wait, let me comment it out
we have to get
so that we can
how many? 3 numbers, so 3.
just a second.
You can get a try
I'll
first.
comment
Pause
it
the video
out
to get a try.
all so that I can
Now let's
show
go.
you the output.
So
also.
a equals to int
I think
input
that make it more clear for you guys.
and
Okay.
first.
So if you ask me how I done this, so for that you just have to, in Mac you just have to use cmd plus
Copy this.
this,
It will be helpful for us.
or in Windows you just have to control
change here.
plus backslash
Second.
4 comment out.
Now for third also,
More than one line or just one line.
So
It will help you in VS Code. Okay, so practice program 1. So that wait,
Now
let
the
me
logic start from here.
do
That how
this
we
also,
think
that
a number should be
I have
smaller
some
than-
work for you
small- the
also
number
that
should be
you can
smallest among all
practice.
the 3 numbers. So how will we think about that? That if
Okay,
A is
so
the
where are
smallest,
practice
then
program 1?
it
So
should
here it
be
is.
smaller than B, and
We will
it
take
should be
name
smaller than C.
as
Means
input. So
both the
for
conditions
taking
should be
input,
true.
we
Then
have
only we can
input
say that A is the smallest number. So for that
function,
we will use
then
as
we
we use the logic
have to
the
show them
largest, we
and
will use the same
your
logic here. Like
name.
if
Then we
A
enter him in,
smaller
then we have
than
to take
age, there we use age
For
greater
age,
than
age is a
number,
number,
so
so
we will use
in
because
God
we want that both the conditions should be true.
then enter
A
your
is smaller
age.
than C. Print.
Now we just take output. We have to show. We just have input. We have to output it. So for that
Is
we
the
use print
smallest number.
hello.
Let's copy this. That will help us.
अब जो भी आपका नाम होगा उसके लिए हम नेम जो हमारा वेरिएबल है उसको यूज
L.
करेंगे. For age we will use print Now for B, how we'll check the B?
Your
That B should be smaller than A,
age
B should be smaller than C.
So B should be smaller than
We will
A,
use
and
age here.
B should be smaller than C.
Years.
D, comma.
Now if I run this
For else,
so look, now we have checked
it
R,
asks me to enter
if
your
both
name.
the statements
Let's
are
say
wrong,
my
then
name
what we
is
have?
Ajay,
Last number I
and
see,
my
then it will be
age is
smallest of
19.
obviously. So we'll use else here and we'll use
So
print.
look, hello Ajay, your
Is the
age is
smallest
19
number.
years. Now let's look
So
at
this
that.
was our first
And our
practice
first
program.
number. So our first
Okay.
number is, let's
Now
say,
our
12.
second one.
Second
In
is
second one
4,
we'll take
third is
13
13
as a
so
float and
what
then
is
do
this?
some operators, mathematical operators. So
If,
let's start. Number one.
we just got for
Float.
largest
We'll
number.
take a
Sorry
float
for that,
input. So
guys.
float input, enter your number. Enter your first number.
So
Okay.
output will be 4.
Now number two.
So output is 4.
This
This
is
is
for
for
the
the largest number. Look,
input.
take the largest number.
And
Now let's take another numbers.
enter
Give some
your
numbers like
second number.
10,
Yours is
10,
not
12,
right, I
and
guess.
3. So
Second
3 is the
number.
smallest number. Now one more time. Let's take number 7,
Sorry for all this stuff, I can't do anything.
6,
So
7, 8.
we have just
And
taken
let's
input
take
from a
six.
user, number
So
1 and
six is
number
the
2.
smallest
Now
one.
I have to do the operation. So
output works successfully.
don't see them.
This how
We'll
it
do
the
all
operations.
operations. Okay, remove this. Okay. We
So
will do
next
all
question is our
operations. So all
ATM
operation.
menu.
First we have
Okay.
addition. Print.
So basically in ATM menu, it's a big question.
I'll
You
use
can say that.
addition.
In ATM menu, what we do? Basically, we check our balance. We can deposit, we
Addition
can withdraw, or
is
we can exit. There are 4 options. So we just have to make a
num1
board for
plus
all the
num2.
like check, then withdraw, then deposit, and then exit.
Now
So give it a try by
print.
yourself. So I hope you done that.
Subtraction.
So firstly, we have to
Is
make a menu for that.
num1 minus num2.
So first we have to let's first
Now
we will
print
have to ask from the user that what he want to do.
multiplication.
Either he want to deposit, he want to withdraw, or he want to check his amount. So for that we have to
Num1
ask him.
into
So we will
num2.
just ask him.
Now
So
print
first we take a balance.
division
Let's suppose the user have
is
15.
num1
Print.
2. Yeah. Now others are print
Check balance.
power is
Print.
oh wait, I'll type this. So power
Deposit.
is num1 and what is the symbol of it? Is double multiplication sign num2. Print modulus
Withdraw.
is so now what is the symbol of modulus? We know
Print.
that a
Exit only.
modulus b.
Now
Print.
what we need to look at that.
Flow division
Now we can ask what the user
division
want. Even he
is
want to check, he want to deposit, he want to
a
withdraw, he want to
sorry a num1
Now we will think
flow
about that.
division.
If now let's take a
wait,
number.
I wrote a and b here
So
also.
choice, let's say it's a choice.
That was
Choice
my
equals to
mistake.
input because he have to choose
Let's give a space here for your better
what he want to do.
understanding.
So he will choose that from number.
Okay, now as we can
And,
see that print addition is this,
your
subtraction is this, multiplication this,
choice.
division this, power this, modulus this, and
Yeah.
flow division is. Okay.
So,
now
if-
run it.
Let's take it. As
It show us
If
print
C
modulus
is
Ooh,
equals to
okay.
1, which
We
is
have
our
entered comma
check
here
balance.
and here.
So if our if the
Yeah,
user
wait,
wants to
let
check
me
his
get
balance,
this
so
for
what
you.
we have to do? We have to
Print
print
next there.
balance.
Yes. Look, it's enter my.
Balance.
It says that enter your number. Let's say the number is 20 and our another number is 4. Okay. So wait, let me comment
Now
out
just
the
forget that because we use this. Like I have 1, so 5,000,
Okay.
50,000 balance. Okay.
Now for the second one, elif
Yeah, and it's
c equals
20
to 2.
and then 4.
For that,
So
print
our addition is 20 plus 4, which is equal
here
to
we
24.
deposit, like add some money in
Here is
balance. So
dot
how
0
we make?
just
We
because
will just
we
say that
took float as our
balance. So we'll first take
now
input,
subtraction
how
is
much you
20
want to
minus
deposit.
4, which will be
So
equal to
we'll
16.
take d.
Now
Let's say d
multiplication
is a
20 into
variable,
4
the
is
deposit
80,
value.
division is
Okay.
20
So
divided by
equals to
4 is
int
equals to 5. Now power 20 raised to the power 4 is 16,000.
and the amount
Oh sorry, it is not 16, 1 lakh
you
16.
want to deposit.
And it means 20 into 20 into 20
Okay.
into 20. So the
So
power
now
is
we will enter
the
that
modulus
amount
is
and we
0.
will add that
Now
amount
you
to his
think
balance.
that how
How we do
modulus
that?
is 0?
Now
Because
balance
as
equals to
we the modulus is 0
balance
because there is
equals
no
to
remainder when
balance
we divide 20
plus
from 4. Like
d.
20 5s
Those
are
are deposits.
4 5s are 20 and
Okay.
then the remainder is 0. That's why
And
the
we'll
modulus
print
is 0. Now floor division is 5 because 4 5s are
your
20. That's why this is 4.
balance is
Okay.
now
Now let me show you that
balance.
how can we remove that.
Okay.
Now
What will be done?
these
The deposit is
0.0
like you
using
take the deposit,
typecasting.
that how much money
So
you want
basically
to
what
add.
will we do?
And then
We
we
will
add
just
that money
take
to his original
uh,
price and that will become
let me
new
make it
price.
something else,
This is
otherwise
how
I have to change the
deposit
part.
works.
I'll just make
Okay.
it A
I'll show you this.
and this one is B, and
Two.
I'll just do
Now, how
typecasting
much?
like
Let's
B
say I want to
equals
add
to
5,000
into
my 50,000.
of
So our balance is now 55,000. Okay.
okay, not B, it's
So now withdraw. For withdraw we use the same logic, but this time we just
and
okay.
num2 is equals to int of
Now we take W as a input. So this is typecasting, like
that
I
how
take
much money he
the
want to
input as
withdraw.
float, but I
converted them into integers. So
and
now if I run it,
amount
what do you think? There will be
you want
1.0 like the decimal number.
withdraw.
Let's see. Okay, I'll take it. The number is again same 20.
Okay, and 4.
Then balance equals to, now here it is.
We can also
So
use
we can
balance
see
plus
that
equals to,
the
which is
number
equals to
has
balance
this
equals to
dot
balance
zero
plus again.
again.
Or we can use minus
So
equals
what is the problem?
which is equals to balance equals to balance.
So the
minus
problem
something.
is basically
Like you just
the
balance
number.
minus
Okay.
balance
Equals
and
to
balance minus.
Okay, say W. Now we have to come on practice program 3, which is area of circle. Finding
Print.
area of circle. Okay.
Your
Let's
balance
is so first we comment now. So what is area of circle? So area of circle we
balance. Okay.
That now let me
Try.
Let me see. Is it okay?
Let's take our withdraw now. If from our
So area of circle we take is pi r square.
Now how much
So
should I
what's the
have?
value of pi? Which is
40,000.
3.14
Yeah.
into
Now I have
radius,
40,000
which is to be
rupees.
r into square.
This means our total.
So for either way you can use
Now
our last condition,
this
which will be r is to the power 2 and then multiply
choice
with
equals
pi,
to
or you can use this, which is
C equals to
radius,
four.
radius into radius. The both are correct. So we will use this one.
Say that
Okay.
thank you for coming or
So
anything
we'll
like
start.
that. That
So first we'll
appreciate
take
our
the
user
input
radius.
print. So for input we will take
Thank
float,
you
then
for
input
coming.
and to the radius.
And we have just given the 4 choices. But what if the user gives the input
And
5?
assign
Then
it
our
as
logic crash. So for
r
that
equals to.
we will just say
Okay.
that else now we will print
Make another variable, which is area. And area equals to
the
3.14 multiplied by
option
r square.
because if we don't add this, the our system will crash for 5 6 7
Show you by
8 number
this.
of. But now it will
Okay.
now it will want to crash. It will show that you should have to choose the correct option. Okay. Now let me show you how.
Now let me show you.
Look,
Both are
if we
correct.
have 5,
Both mean the
choose
same
the
basically.
correct option. This is what our balance do.
Now let's check
Our balance is
3,000.
let's deposit 10,000 rupees in it. Now I have got 60,000 rupees.
Now run it again, and
Now I want to
now
withdraw
we
40,000
just-
rupees.
so
Enter
I
radius.
got
So
just
radius will be like
okay.
the option is
10.
40,000. Just look.
3.14
40,000
first, 3.14 first. So I just
So
got
basically we
10,000.
both have the same.
And let's do
Okay.
4.
So just say thank you for coming.
So this and this, they both have the same logic and they both mean the
Let's
same.
reply. So this is our code. Now here are some homework for you. Okay, homework like you get now. Just you can pause here and then try to make them
to our next question.
comment with the code, and after
So,
that we will
our
start.
next question is,
So voting eligibility.
first homework is area
So
of
voting
rectangle.
eligibility is in
So,
country in
like
our
first
country.
we
What is
have
the
to think about
voting
is the area of rectangle.
voting eligibility? It's basically you should be 18 plus to give vote.
So,
Okay. So
area of rectangle.
there's a
So
simple
as we all know, area of rectangle
code we'll write. First we have to take the age as
homework.
input.
So firstly, I'll just pause here. You can pause the video
and then try it by yourself. And
Okay.
now I think you tried yourself,
Age.
and if it's right and it shows the right output, then what will you do? You will think about that age should be greater
Now
than
I'll show.
18.
So first we
then
have
only
the
you can
area.
give the vote. So if
Area of
age is
rectangle
greater
all
than
know
or
is
equals to 18,
length
then print
width.
you are
Okay. So let's take both as
eligible
our input.
for voting. Okay, else you are not.
Okay.
Now breath, you are not eligible. Okay. Now let's give a try. Let's say my age is 18, so I am eligible for voting. Let's say my age is 99 and you are not eligible. How?
Or we can say width.
Oh, float, input. My age is 90. You are eligible. But
And
my age is 17. I am not eligible. That is how our system works. So that is how. So
Our
area
voting
is
equals to
15.
length.
You are not eligible. So you should be 18 so
Into
that you can give it. So this is how. This is the logic behind
See,
how
here
we
are
get our
anything that starts with
age
W.
eligibility.
Are
Now
we
here's the
have to
homework for
give
this.
this. So
That you have to
enter
do a
in
calculator
here.
using match
Now
case.
print.
So how you can do that? Just think
Area
about that. That there are
of
fixed that
rectangle
add you have to add, and subtract you have to
is-
subtract. So you can use these because they are already
So what will be the output?
exist like plus minus. So you just have to case 1 2 3 4. That it is just simple as that you first take a number that you can first print the here, like you can see the our
It
choice,
says
then
that we
take
have
a
a
choice
syntax
if you
error.
want
Okay,
to
like
addition, then choice equals to 1, and case choice equals to 1, and then print this. So this is how you can do
It says that we have a
match.
syntax
So this
error.
is your homework.
This line.
You should do this,
Like,
and
look,
then
here we need to
we
move for the
next
we put the comma
class.
on the wrong place.
So
Sorry for that.
let's give it
That's
a
my mistake.
revision that what we have studied today. So the conditions. So what are the conditions? If, elif, and else. If for the condition is true,
The comma
else
will be
is
right there.
if the condition is
Okay,
false,
now.
and elif if our
Once
first
you get
condition
it,
is
let me
not
clean
true
this.
and second condition is true, then second condition is used by
Yeah.
elif.
And the length,
You
so
can
that
use
will
elif,
be, let's say
100
10,
is fine.
and the width will
You
be
can
let's say
use else
20.
elif,
So
else elif
our
and
area
see.
should be
Then we have
there it
nested
is.
if. When we use if and another if in
Okay,
the
the
statement,
another
like if and
question
another if in the statement. Swapping two number. Then we have our comparison operator. What are these?
So this is
Equals
very
to,
interesting
not equals
question.
to, greater than, smaller
How will
than,
you swap the numbers?
greater than, equal to, smaller than.
So you can try this also.
Then we have our logical
Just take,
operator. There are three kinds of
just
logical
pause the
operator:
video
and, or, and,
start,
not.
and then
So
try.
first and. For and,
Okay.
both the logic
I
should
hope
be
you've
correct.
done that.
For or, either of the logic should be correct. And
Let's
for
start
no,
here.
none of the
For
logic
swapping
should
two
be
number,
correct.
we
Or
should
I
have to take two numbers, not float.
Then we have a ternary operator.
So that's why we
ternary
use
operator
int.
is basically shortcut of using if and else in a single
Wait.
line. So how we use
what
the
this?
statement, then our condition, then our else, and then its statement. Okay, this is our ternary operator. B equals to again. Then you have
Take
match
input.
case for the already exists like days, or our calculator that what we have given in the your homework, that day 1 it Monday, day 2 Tuesday,
and the second number.
Then we have done some questions like even or odd. For
Here
even
is
and the
first
first number
number.
divisible by 2. Then for largest number what we have choose, we will use logical
okay.
operator and here that
Now,
number
for
should
swapping
be greater
this,
than
we
both.
have
Then
to
only
think
we can
about
say it is a greater.
So
Give
for
them the
swapping,
similar question for
we will
smaller.
just have to take
then we have
in a variable,
calculator,
then change this
then
variable
put the
to
number
b,
is,
and
I
then
told you here
take
that
this b
how
into a
how if and
variable
else
again.
work.
So for
If
that
there
we
is
take temp
first
as a
condition
variable,
is true,
and we
then he won't go to
assigning
another.
a in it. Okay, so basically
Then
temp
we
is
have a
become now
leap year.
a.
For
Now we
leap
will
year there are
make sure
condition
that
like
a
it
is
has to be
d,
divisible by 400,
and now
or it should be
b
greater, it
is
should be divisible by
temp.
4 and not
So
divisible by
this
100. This is how
three
we find
lines
the
to
leap
swap.
year.
Okay. Now look
Then
at
we
this. If
have
you don't
a
get it, I'll
problem
tell you
of login
basically
system,
what
that
we have
how
done
will log
here.
for login.
So we have done here that we
they are
assigning the
correct,
value of
then
a.
let's otherwise I do.
A is 5. So we have making temp.
Then we
equals
have
to
some
5.
homework
So
question
now
that
temp becomes
there are 5
5.
homework
Okay.
question. I solve 4 here,
Now
and one
we
I
have
given
just
to you
show
homework
that
you
a
have to
equals to
do,
b,
and then comment
means
the
the value
problem
of b.
like
Like
let's
let's
suppose
suppose
solution of that. So first was a number is positive, negative or zero. So we
and
use
this
this
is
condition
six.
that
Now
if
it
it
will
is
help
statement,
you.
if
Now
it is
temp is
smaller
a,
than or
which
it
means
is
greater
greater
than
than
5.
like
And
this.
a equals to b.
Then we have
So
smallest,
a
here we
becomes
use the same logic as we
6.
use
Okay.
in the largest
Now
one.
b becomes
Then
10,
we have
which means
ADM menu.
b
For
becomes
ADM, like
5
we have
because
created a
temp
menu
is
for
5.
that what we
So
what does
the
that
user
mean? That
want
a
to
becomes
that
6
he want to
and
check,
b
he
becomes
becomes
deposit, he want to withdraw, or we don't want to sum
and 5.
Okay,
Basically
then
we have
done
taken
that
a as 5, b as 6,
show
and
that
at
we
last
will
we
show
have a as
we
6
want
and
to
b as 5.
add some
So
balance,
now we
like
just
you want to
print
deposit,
this.
so we'll just add something in our balance.
A is
If you want to deposit, we'll subtract from this balance. Then we have our voting eligibility, which is like we have should be 18 or
A
18
is
plus, then only we can give a vote. So this is what we have to do here, and this is your last question, which was your homework question. You will do this, and
Look,
look
here we
come
have
here.
also shared
Okay.
this.
So thank you
the
guys
output
should be
watching this video.
I guess it helps you.
I will
Tomorrow.
look.
Okay.
Now back.
We
Have a
have
nice day,
entered
guys.
the number a as 5 and b as 6, but the a